Hi, today is August 11th, 2024, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1242 for the year, Worlds in Collision. Earlier today, while working on what has turned out to be number 1245, I was reminded of a book by Immanuel Velikovsky called Worlds in Collision. It was on a bookshelf at home when I was a teenager, but I don't know if I bought it or if my father did. I can't say of all the many books that we had when growing up why I would remember that one. I don't think I read it, although I was intrigued by its black cover and bold white letters and the sloppy red splotch meant to indicate a world in collision, I suppose. It's just one of those books, like The Body Has a Head by Gustav, Eckstein, that I recognize even though I know little about its contents. I guess there are a lot of books like that. Poem number 1243, Orgasm College. I happened to have been in attendance at the commencement exercises for Orgasm College last June. The valedictorian's address was quite moving, although it didn't move me to orgasm. I am just like all the rest of you, the valedictorian said. I recognize that I have been recognized as the best, but I say to you from the bottom of my heart that all of us are really, really good. All of the students, and I, and everyone else in the auditorium nodded and or voiced their assent, and as the new graduates made their way out and posed for pictures while clutching their diplomas, I was excited for the future. Poem number 1244, Orgasm Collage. She had discovered a way to bring her orgasms into physical form. She worked her orgasms into paintings and sculptures and occasionally photographed them, but she was most happy with her orgasm collage. She cut a number of them up and, using a glue stick that she had to admit turned her on a lot more than it should, pasted them to a large canvas. The collage was part of a group show and resulted in a lot of attention, including a lengthy interview in Art Forum. It really turned her career around, but the attention meant she had less time for orgasms. And though her individual works now sold for a lot more due to their scarcity, deep down she had become dissatisfied and unsatisfied. I guess it's true what they say about suffering for your art, she told herself, to console herself. Poem number 1245, Orgasms in Collision. A lesser-known and even more controversial book than Velikovsky's Worlds in Collision was his earlier Orgasms in Collision. He proposed that when a couple experienced simultaneous orgasm, the climaxes collided, resulting in the creation and destruction of entire universes in alternate dimensions not normally accessible to human beings on any conscious or unconscious level. It was first published in 1946 by the rather obscure Chilton Publishing Company, perhaps best known for being the first publisher of Frank Herbert's Dune, although Chilton was primarily a publisher of automotive manuals. Orgasm in Collision sold fewer than 10,000 copies in 3 modest printings, and the only reason I know about it is because I happened upon a copy in a used bookstore on the Upper West Side. I'm really going to miss this neighborhood. Poem number 1246, Orgasms in Collusion. The orgasms huddled 600 kilometers above the earth and plotted the destruction of celibacy. Celibacy threatens our very existence, the Orgasm Manifesto proclaimed. At the time of this writing, a full 3% of human beings don't even masturbate. Some non-human animals only mate a few months in a year, and some species reproduce asexually. The manifesto was embraced by all of the orgasms in the exosphere, and although they all agreed to operate in collusion, they are still working on the problem of possible orgasmic extinction. Perhaps their concerns are overblown, but I have never been in orgasm, so I don't know what it's like to feel so threatened. Poem number 1248, changing direction a bit, To See Thee More Clearly. Sometimes I wonder what you would look like without all of that makeup, and then I remember it's none of my business. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1249, it's a haiku, barely a solution. "The poems are too long," he cried, and wrote a haiku, which helped a little. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.